Welcome back to MarkOneModels. In the spring of 2025, I was in the midst of the 3 friend builds that I've shared on the channel. One night, I was watching an episode of Finnegan's Garage, and he was going to be doing a giveaway car. A white 1991 Camaro Z28 with black, light gray, and dark gray interior. It looked like a cool car, so I did my part to have entries in it to win. But I also decided that if I did win, I'd like to have a model of the car to have him sign when I went to go pick it up. All of the truck builds went on hold, and it was Camaro time. My source kit for the build was the AMT Camaro Z28. While this kit had T-tops and Finnegan's did not, I wasn't too concerned since I could make them go away. To do this, I glued the T-tops in and started with Tamiya filler putty. I sanded it down until I was reasonably happy with the results. From there, it was out to the garage to put down some primer and finish with white paint. All satin black inserts, like the headlight and lower grille surrounds, were hand painted, but if I were to do another one, I'd probably mask and spray them in to be a little cleaner. One other challenge that I encountered was that the rear taillight assemblies were molded in red. I wanted the amber and reverse lenses to be correct, so I chose to spray the entire assembly silver, then painted on the red, amber, and silvery white lenses after that. I did the black grid work on the assemblies with a black paint pen. It was a little messy, but I'll do better on the next one. My last detail for the body was a rear license plate. While not accurate to the car, I went with the Georgia plate FSM Z28, since it would commemorate the giveaway car. For the interior, like I said, it was black, dark gray, and light gray. I primed everything with gray primer and used that as my light gray. I masked the parts that I didn't want to be changed and sprayed with the darker gray. Then I finalized the smaller black details to complete the look. We'll get back to the build in just a moment, but I wanted to take a moment to remind you that if you like these videos, feel free to give a like and subscribe and share with your friends. Don't forget to make sure your notifications are turned on so you won't miss an episode. You can also follow along on our Facebook, Instagram, and Threads pages, and you can find those on the links in the homepage. Now let's get back to the build. The engine bay was relatively straightforward, but I will admit that the intake manifold was a bit challenging. The instructions weren't completely clear and the parts put together quite delicately. So I ended up referring to a 1-to-1 photograph of the engine to be able to assemble the intake correctly. The rest went together without incident, and the kit had some really good decals for the radiator, power steering pump, and battery. I finalized the engine bay by painting the sound deadening on the underside of the hood in flat black. The underside of the car went together fairly easy as well. I painted the shocks and oil filter blue and the exhaust in aluminum to match photos I'd found. Another tricky part was the wheels for this car. They were molded with the backs in them and were chrome plated. I stripped the chrome so I could repaint to make the alloys more convincing. I had to fill the back of the wheels with black so the spokes would show better, and then finalized them with white paint pen in the grooves of the spokes to match the 1-to-1 car. Final assembly of the car went together fairly well, and there were no major fitment issues. The car sits level on the ground, and everything looks pretty nice for a 4-day build. I put it in a case like I normally do, but I also wanted that case in case I had to travel upon winning the Z28. I did not, but at least I'd got another cool car on the shelf to enjoy. How do you think it came out? Anything you'd do differently? As I mentioned earlier, there are a few things that didn't come out exactly like I wanted, and I have better ways of tackling them in the future. But your advice is always welcome. If you like actual automotive adventures, be sure to check out Finnegan's Garage. He's always got something cool going on. As always, I appreciate your comments, and thank you for watching MarkOneModels.